Mask, Art of the Dominican Republic. Characters of carnivals in the Dominican Republic don amazing masks. Each one plays a part on outdoor stages of village squares and in parades of the Independence Carnival, the Restoration Carnival, the Rebel Slave Carnival, and other carnivals that are held each year, mostly from February to April. Through parody, they reveal the trials, triumphs, and joys of the nation. Catholic colonists brought the tradition of Carnival from Spain. There, during the 40 days of Lent, consumption of meat was forbidden. Godly worship, reverent prayer, and silent meditation were observed. So, prior to Lent, Carnival, meaning farewell meat, became a time of feasting, merrymaking, and parades full of naughty, masquerading Diablo Cojuelos, devils. The world was turned upside down. In the Spanish colony, additional topsy-turvy characters emerged to join the Diablo Cojuelo. Farm animals ruled farmers, men became women, and wild animals stalked human hunters. Some scholars say the Spanish Diablo Cojuelo originated from a 1264 order by Pope Urban IV to create a dramatic Corpus Christi procession in which good defeated evil. Other scholars say the character Diablo Cojuelo arose from the pages of the novel Don Quixote. In the story, the devil fell to earth, injuring his leg. Wearing horns, jingle bells, and mirrors, he limped around town, flailing a vejiga, inflated animal bladder. In the Dominican city of Santiago, various neighborhoods have distinctive devil masks. To make the Los Pepinos mask, a clay papier-mâché mold is formed for the face structure. An adhesive made of yucca starch and lime juice is used to apply layers of paper to the mold and to 2 animal horns. After drying, the paper horns are attached to the paper face and holes are cut for the eyes and mouth. After sanding, enamel paint is applied. Foam is glued inside the mask to fit it to the wearer's face. Plastic bands are added to hold the mask onto the face. A similar mask is made in the La Jolla neighborhood. Joyeros have multiple spikes attached to 2 large horns and a longer pointed snout. The mask of the Pueblo Nuevo neighborhood substitutes flowers for spikes. Local artisans are challenged every few years to create unique designs for rivaling neighborhoods. The city of Puerto Plata's version of the Diablo Cojuelo, derived from Cojuelo, is the Taimascaro. With the face of a Taino Zemi, deity or ancestral spirit, they wear jingle and cowbells to replace negative energies with positive ones. African handkerchiefs dance on their sleeves, opening doors to the spirit world. Shells link them to the bordering sea. The city of Salcedo's version of Diablo Cojuelo is the large horned macaral. With the head of an African animal, mythical giant, or Spanish Moor, they flail vejigas to eliminate negative forces. To symbolize the triumph of life over death, wearers traditionally destroy their vejigas and costumes at the end of the festival, preparing new ones the following year. The province of Elias Piña's version of Diablo Cojuelo is made of cardboard, hair, feathers, and cotton. After spring celebrations on Good Friday, wearers return to their land, where they burn their mask, spreading the ashes throughout the fields to honor the earth's fertility. Traditional vejigas are dried cow bladders cured with ash, lime, and salt. The exteriors are covered with cloth. Modern vejigas are made of synthetic rubber. Inflated, They are used by devils to strike the bottoms of other demons and noisy spectators. The Taino appear covered in black and white, mud, or multiple splattered colors, wearing loincloths. In 1492, Christopher Columbus claimed the island for the Spanish, enslaving the Taino natives. At the end of the Dominican Restoration War in 1865, after the defeat of the Spanish by island nationalists, the Spanish army withdrew from the country. Regaining their independence, Dominicans embraced their indigenous roots. Catholic friars appear as a reminder of the psychological manipulation, physical punishment, and enslavement many used to convert the Taino to their religion. Their mission was to fulfill God's plan, as foretold by the Pope, to bestow the New World upon the Spanish and Portuguese. In the Spanish colony, slaves endured forced labor in gold mines and on sugarcane plantations. Today, Carnival characters representing African slaves don coconut headdresses, carry lances, and wear loincloths, palm fronds, or plantain leaves. Similar characters, the Tisneos, are not African in origin. They first appeared in European carnivals long ago. The Tisneos paint their bodies with burned motor oil or honey with vegetable charcoal. In the original Corpus Christi processions, slaves wore diabolical and beastly masks and danced with frenzy to the beat of drums. In real life, slaves were subdued by the whip, and runaway slaves were hunted like wild animals. In the topsy-turvy world of Carnival today, beasts become the hunters, and whips symbolize the triumphant freed slave. Long ago, African slaves of the city of Cotuí appeared in traditional African costumes to ridicule their masters of noble class. Over time, these costumes evolved into 4 types that we see today. Plantanuses cover their bodies with dried plantain leaves. Papeluses cover their bodies with papers. Funduses cover their bodies with plastic bags. Trapuses cover their bodies with pieces of cloth. They all wear masks or paint their faces. Also from Cotuí, Wampa appears wearing a closed Elizabethan-like ruff and a full regal body. He is known as the African Prince. In the topsy-turvy tradition of Carnival, the African slave becomes a prince wearing a multi-pronged crown. Roba la Gallina, the chicken thief, appears dancing and shaking her large bottom. Some say the character originated from a Haitian official caught stealing chickens during the Haitian occupation. He was forced to parade in public, covered in feathers. Instead of stolen chicks concealed in her pocketbook or under her large skirt, Roba la Gallina carries treats for children who follow her chanting, "Chicken thief! Chicken thief! Smack her! Smack her!" Some masks are made solely with natural materials like hierros, cotton, and cockleburr. Other masks and headdresses are constructed with recycled plastic, cardboard, or other discarded materials. Often making do with limited resources, Dominicans exhibit great artistry and innovation. Derived from the Restoration War officer, San Paul, who recited decimas, Calife appears in a top hat and black tails. Criticizing social and political ills of the nation, he is followed by a choir. Fueled by past turmoil and current controversy, he has never been at a loss for words. Some people say he emulates Papagede, the Vodun lord of death and rebirth. Crowned king of Carnival, Calife is the political voice of the people. Uncle Sam appears as a reminder of United States military invasions and occupations. In the few carnival celebrations allowed during the first occupation, 1916 to 1924, King Khalifa ridiculed and protested the intervention. After 8 years, the Americans left, leaving Rafael Trujillo in charge of the Dominican army. By 1930, he would rise to president. Rafael Trujillo, Juan Bosch, and other political characters, Pina Gomez, Leonel Fernandez, Pepe Goico, Fidel Castro, Diaz Morfa, and Hipólito Mejia can be spotted in parades on February 27, Dominican Republic Independence Day. After 31 years of unspeakable oppression, Rafael Trujillo was assassinated in 1961 and Juan Bosch was elected president. Dominicans have endured colonization, slavery, religious coercion, foreign invasions, and political oppression. Through masked characters of Carnival, they celebrate their resilience, independence, diversity, creativity, humor, and joy of being Dominican.